Hello and welcome back to Ticker Talks, and together with Polaron Language Services we are looking to use language to connect communities. And whilst Polaron is the sponsor of today's program, all of the views and opinions in the following segment are of course our own. I would also like to acknowledge that this segment is being held on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people, and I pay my respects to elders both past, present and future. And I am of course joined by my co-host, Director of Polaron Language Services, Eva Hussein. Good to see you again as always.
Hello Mike.
Now, what's been happening at Polaron this week? I really liked what you sent through.
Yeah, Mike, did you know that interpreting is my first love?
I did know that. I think you've mentioned it before.
Okay, well I'm going to mention it again. And on the screen there you'll see some of my proudest moments. So a couple of years ago I interpreted for the President of Poland, well, for the Australian side when he was here with a visit. So by far the highlight of my career. But I've done lots of stuff in this domain, so this is why I'm so excited to hear from TIS National, because interpreters do all kinds of things. So from, I've worked in a mine, and I've also worked in courts, undercover police, all kinds of very, very interesting assignments. So interpreters have a very interesting life.
Yeah, very much so. That's the first time I've seen those photos. Very cool. But let's touch on miscommunication of the week. Now, Eva always brings me something she's seen out there in the wild that perhaps hasn't been translated quite well.
Yeah, so this week in Victoria we've had a few interesting apologies. One of them came from a supermarket who has put up a sign discriminating against one particular section of our community. You can see it on the screen. Luckily, the apology came through quite quickly, but apparently this sign's been sitting in that supermarket for about 3 years, so not a good look.
Oh, not a good look. And I felt that one when you sent through the images. It's just not right. But let's get into our main discussion for today, guys. And TIS National is Australia's free translating and interpreting service provided by the Department of Home Affairs, a service for people who speak limited English, as well as agencies and businesses that need to communicate with their non-English speaking clients. And we are lucky enough to be joined by Alexandra Duval, the Communications and Engagement Manager at TIS National. Alison Thorne is currently Assistant Director of the Interpreter Liaison and Specialist Services. Alison has been part of the TIS National leadership team for more than a decade. Incredible stuff. And Ruken Sahin is a team leader over at TIS National. I'd like to welcome all three of you to the program. There we go. Good to see you all.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Now, Alexandra, I'll start off with you. What interpreting services does TIS National provide, and how can people access this service?
Well, TIS National provides a range of language services, including immediate telephone interpreting, which are both operator assisted and the automated service ATIS. And these services are available in 150 languages, 24 hours a day, every day of the year, from anywhere in Australia. And both culturally and linguistically diverse people and registered agency clients can call this service on 131 450 or 1800 131 450 for ATIS and just state the language they need. TIS National delivered over 1.1 million language services so far this year, connecting CALD clients to agencies all across Australia. And this included over 88,000 services that facilitated access to COVID-19 information, including vaccination programs, as well as financial supports and emergency relief. We also offer pre-booked...
I was just going to say, that's such a robust list of languages there. Do continue.
Oh, absolutely. It keeps growing every day, as Alison can tell you. But we also offer pre-booked telephone interpreting, which is available for agency clients to book an interpreter in advance of an appointment. And this service is particularly useful if a language is in high demand or if there are special requirements, for example, if you need an interpreter for a lengthy legal briefing. And currently agencies can pre-book an interpreter by filling out the pre-booked telephone interpreter form on our website, tisnational.gov.au.
Awesome rundown.
There's also,
please continue.
Yeah, there's also on-site or face-to-face interpreting, which provides an option to book an interpreter at a specific location. For example, a medical appointment at a doctor's office. And TIS National can facilitate on-site appointments at anywhere across Australia. subject to interpreter availability and proximity to the location. And these services can also be requested on the TIS National website, and in this case through our automated booking system, TIS Online.
That's the perfect gateway for anyone looking to get a start in this spot. So Alison, I'll go to you now. And language is constantly evolving, I should say, as is Australia's demographic. How are you coping with new and emerging languages that might be sort of a result of that?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And when I began working with TIS National more than a decade ago, we had no Rohingya interpreters, none at all. And as we began getting demand, we had to supply, we had to build capacity. And what we do is we get out and we look for people with strong LOTE skills, strong English language skills, the knowledge of and ability to apply the AUSIC Code of Ethics, and the potential to become an interpreter. And we then work with them. And we're really, really pleased that from zero, we now have 36 experienced Rohingya interpreters on our panel, and we worked with NAATI to get a testing panel set up, and interpreters can now get credentials in that language. The latest big challenge has actually been in Kamunji, and I think this is a really fascinating story. Yazidi people are being settled particularly in regional New South Wales and southeast Queensland, in communities such as Armidale, Coffs Harbour, Toowoomba and Wagga Wagga, and demand has just exploded for Kamunji. In 2016, TIS National had just 100 requests for Kamunji services, and by 2020 that had grown to 25,000.
Wow.
And it's now actually one of our highest demand languages. And so we've really had to work to build capacity. We've partnered with the Translating and Interpreting program at RMIT University. We've put a number of interpreters who we've added to our panel through the Interpreting Skills for NAATI certification program. And we're really pleased that we now have 49 experienced Kamunji interpreters on our panel. So where we're really looking to build capacity right now, we would really welcome applications from people with strong English language skills who speak Kaya, Mongolian, Nua, Sango, Samoan, Tibetan and Tongan. So if you think you've got what it takes to be a TIS National interpreter, hop onto our website and find out more.
Incredible to think of all that growth. But Ruken, what changes have you seen in the interpreting industry? And I guess how is TIS National looking to respond to those changes as they happen?
Well, in terms of technology, the COVID-19 pandemic saw the need for rapid change as our clients requested access to our service due to restrictions being introduced across the nation. So TIS National delivered a pilot program for remote video using our TIS Online system. And now this will expand in the new year to all of our clients, offering a seamless booking process. So the system is very flexible and it allows our clients to use their preferred video conferencing platform. And as a result, interpreters have become very skilled across the different software. Without trainers, interpreters also receiving training sessions in the Health Direct platform that is widely used in the health sector. And remote video will also be a great opportunity to support clients who are in regional communities and also offer an increased access to our panel of interpreters. Furthermore, we had a high demand for pre-booked telephone interpreting jobs, which can assist in securing an interpreter for new and evolving languages and also interpreters that are languages that are higher in demand. So work is being done in our TIS online system to incorporate the pre-booking process, which will offer a better user experience for both clients and interpreters. And it will allow bookings to be self-managed in a similar way to our on-site booking process. And lastly, in terms of technology, TIS National's contact centre needed to work with clients to modify their processes due to the long call queues that occurred during COVID-19. For example, we modified the processes we had in place for Services Australia hotlines and the Department of Health's coronavirus helplines. And lastly, in terms of change in our interpreters, we've had a key change in the interpreting industry is a growth in professionalism. So the launch of the NADI certification system in 2018 has been a game changer. Interpreters must have undertaken formal training before they can seek the NADI credential. And the requirement to recertify every 3 years has also made a huge difference in that it's been driven interest in quality and affordable professional development. And TIS National has also developed an e-learning platform for interpreters, which is used for induction. So we offer modules for interpreters for NDIS settings or for those, for example, wishing to access a voluntary assisted dying. And we also provide...
Sorry to interrupt, Raquel. There's so much on offer there, and it's such an exciting time after the years that we've just been through. But I wanted to thank all three of you for joining us on the program and telling us a little bit about TIS National and sharing what you're up to and your mission as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Easy
much
done.
for allowing us the opportunity.
No worries. Eva, as always, it's wonderful to have such great guests coming on, and TIS National just seems to be, spearheading some really great initiatives. Can you give me a quick rundown on what we talked about today?
Yes, very quickly. Behind every great interpreter, there's a great team. So you've just got a little glimpse of who works behind the scenes. And I've known Alison for quite a few years. We're on a couple of committees together. So I was really very privileged, I guess, to be able to showcase the amazing work that they do. And it's just been great to have them on.
Perfect, guys. And if you have any questions about how to reach your multicultural audiences, please get in touch with the team at Polaron Language Services. Contact details across the screen. And remember to head to tickeroriginals.co for more discussions just like this one. I'm Mike Loader, Eva Hussein. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.